Hey guys, Troy here with another video. Today I'm going to go through a total body kettlebell routine, but we're going to have the focus on heavy swings using single arm and double arm. We are going to work the total body. We're going to use a method of the bookcase method as long as drop sets, but I'll explain that when we get to our first working set. But let's get started with a warm up first, so follow me along. So especially because we're working on swings, I'm going to try and loosen up the hips and the low back a little bit here, and don't mind the dog that's probably going to join in here. So you're going to get into a split stance, making sure that your knee is just directly underneath your hip, and you're going to lunge as far forward as you can here, really trying to sink into the stretch, and you can use your kettlebell as your balance. We're going to hold this for a minute. Again, the further that front leg goes out, the more intense you're going to feel this stretch through the hamstring and the hip flexor at the back. So we're going to stay here for 60 seconds. Okay, so we're settling in again, and we've got our nice landmark for 60 seconds here. If you feel like you can start to inch forward with that front foot, come out of it, pop it forward, really trying to sink forward. Now if you can see my back foot is not unfolded. I like to keep it like that just to focus on a bit more of a stretch through the hip flexor. And stay and just relax. Using that kettlebell for balance, if you ever need it, you will be a bit wobbly. Okay, carefully come out of that and change legs. Again, knees right underneath the hip to start with. Pop that front leg forward, see what sort of stretch that you feel, and then again take that leg even more forward and sink. Put pressure through the back toes as well, hopefully just the outside toes, and find your level. Your kettlebell for balance, further if you feel like you can, and also thinking about sinking your hips down to the ground. Okay, come out of that one now. We're going to try and integrate the whole posterior chain on the leg here because it is a swing day obviously. So what you're going to do is you're going to put your kettlebell down. And I know some of these kettlebells that you have are going to be quite high. So you don't have to put your leg on it really high because you're going to get more of a calf stretch. But just something that's intense enough, we can get heel to the ground and we're getting that whole posterior chain of hamstrings and calves together. So you're going to make sure that the back leg is flat. You're going to lock out this leg, that's the most important thing. We're going to go as deep as you can, keeping this locked out. You're going to mentally contract all these muscles up through here just a little bit and come back down and relax. And we're going to repeat this for a minute. So I'm going to reset the timer and we're going to do that for a minute. Go at your own intensity. So you might be stuck here to start with. You might be resting here to start with. You might be just stretching and not even pulsing. The gold standard is to come down and really get as deep as you can, contract and back down. 60 seconds, get this close to 30 or 40 reps. So be careful, take your time if you can't get that long. Let's get started for a minute. If you're actually feeling this too much through the calf, it could be mean that you got really tight calves or that you are too high up on the kettlebell. So feel free to take it back down, or maybe, I guess the biggest regression you could possibly do would be foot on the ground completely, but I like to just elevate this toe so you're getting that whole posterior chain all the back of the leg. Make sure you are mentally contracting the hamstring, come out of it, relax. It's a nice little P&F contraction, contract, relax. Really working on the weak points, part of the hamstring, as well as flexibility at the same time.
I'm not broken, I'm just split in two.
change legs. Keep in mind, one's always tighter than the other. That's generally the case for a lot of people. So you're gonna gently ease into it, find how tight you are on the other side. Feel that stretch, contract, relax. Maybe they're less aggressive to start with. Then when you get the confidence, you can feel that contraction, feel that relaxation. You can start to pick it up and start to contract harder, maybe even sinking deeper. Main point is to keep that knee completely straight, that front leg. Okay, so now we're going to start to get the grip warm, the core warm. We're going to go into, up to you how heavy you want to go. We're going to start with around the waist. So I've chosen to go with a quite heavy kettlebell. This is the kettlebell I'm going to do my heavy swings with. It's totally up to you, but I've gone the heavy one to really get that grip firing up, because unfortunately the first thing that goes when you're doing heavy swings is your grip. It's a nice one to warm it up. Also work on the strength as well. Get that grip stronger over the weeks that you continue this workout. Okay, now we're going to start to integrate little bits of swings. So we're going to do alternating swings, taking a little swing in between. Again, not really going too explosive just yet. So we're going to swing, a little half swing to change hands, and then a swing. So this is my heavy kettlebell, but you can see I'm not putting maximum effort into it yet. We're still just warming up. Just working on our technique as well. Make sure you are strictly hinging from the hips. There's not much of a squat here. Nice little reference I like to make is this kettlebell should be reaching between the legs, and if anything, it should be not dropping between the knees. If it drops below the knees, it means I'm bending my knees too much, and it's not a traditional hip movement. It's not a traditional swing. So I'm just making that reference point that I can feel my hand is almost hitting in between my thighs. You can gradually start to pick up the power if you want. Be a bit more comfortable in the explosiveness of that weight. I'm going to go back to around the waist again, get the core warm, a bit warmer. You can see the heart rate starting to elevate a bit more now. But we still want to get that grip nice and strong. The last part of our warm-up, we're going to do the same thing, alternating cleans. Again, this is my heavy kettlebell, so I'm not going to try and explode it up too much. And I'm really going to start to feel the nice smoothness of the clean, which I'll talk you through as we get there. If you're not confident with your heavy cleans, feel free to change kettlebells as we move on to this. It's still part of our warm-up, so you feel free to reduce the weight. So to warm up the shoulders now, start to feel everything start to loosen, the grip start to get ready. Okay. So with a clean, you want to try and make a smooth transition on the back of the forearm. So the key is to really stick the hand, push the hand through the handle of the kettlebell, so it's a nice smooth transition. Again, a little half swing, and again I'm going to push the hand through the handle, so it's a nice smooth transition. It's not clumping onto the back of the forearm. Push through, timing it. As I come up, push my hand through. Okay, so that's warm up done. Just going to explain our first section. So we've got 6 exercises. We're going to go heavy swings just for 20 seconds. So feel free to get that weight. We can do 2-hand swings, a nice heavy weight for about 20 seconds. Then we're going to go into a clean and press with that heavy weight again, single arm, 30 seconds each side, but we're going to do a drop set on that one side before we hit the other side. Then we're going to hit our swings again. So that's called the bookcase method, where you hit that first exercise again. You are then going to go for 35 seconds on that second time you come around to the swings. So obviously it's not the same weight you just did for 20. If you really want to go for it, do exactly the same weight, or I'm going to drop down the weight to my next one down to hit those swings for 35 seconds. So quick breather, and let's get into our first set. Okay, so now we're going to move on to the next 3 exercises to finish off the set. So we're going to use squats, goblet squats with single arm kettlebell swings, and then back to the squats is our bookcase method. So you've probably seen me do this before. I'm a huge fan of the kettlebell row, so I'm going to link 2 kettlebells together in one hand. If you've got hands big enough, because this kettlebell that I have is not heavy enough to fatigue me at 20 seconds. So that's the whole idea of the bookcase. We'd like to get a nice heavy, something heavy is going to fatigue you at 20 seconds. So I'm going to loop 2 hands together, 2 kettlebells into 1 hand to try and get that fatigue, and then we'll go for the drop set, and then we'll hit our squats again. So another 10 seconds, get ready for your heavy squat that might not be the same weight you've been using. Well, let's go for it. want to run you through just a little core right now. I'm going to explain it, not demonstrate, because the mic will get in the way and my voice will just get all muffled here. But this core exercise is really good, especially for people who are doing kettlebells, because you need a lot of core strength, but you're also going through a lot of flexion and extension. So sometimes crunches just don't cut it. You can't just have a strong core. So I like to do what I call a bowl to dish. And you can see in this movement here, I'm trying to create a bowl with my core, my back is flat, and I'm going to turn over and try and get it to a dish. Dish is obviously flatter than a bowl, and I can't get as much extension, but my legs and my arms aren't touching the ground. And then you're going to try and roll back with not driving your shoulder into the ground to get back. You're actually using a lot of your core. So you can see how that's really relatable. It's almost like holding a plank, which is really solid for people who are using kettlebells. But you can see how there's that flexion and extension element. So all the muscles around the spine and extension and flexion have to constantly work. So we're going to do that for 40 seconds. You can hold each one for a couple of seconds. It doesn't really matter. You can relax in between. I'm going to try and hold for about a 3 count on each one. Then we're going to go to some single arm get-ups. We're going to go 40 seconds each side on that one as well. We're going to stick a nice 20-second break in between left and right. And we're just going to do 2 sets. Feel free to hit repeat again on this last section, the ab section, and do that 3rd set if you want to. 2 sets, you're really fast. It's about 3 minutes a set. So I think 2 minutes should be enough. So we're going to get set up. I'm going to have a quick drink of water. We're going to set up for our bowl to dish.